Banking frauds have grown over the years into a very big business, with cyber criminals using modern technology to scam account holders of their money. The number of bank frauds perpetrated online every day is endless. The technological advancement in the banking industry came with its attendant risks, an increase in fraudulent activities, which has led to financial losses for customers. Data by the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System, an organization jointly owned by all licensed banks, including the Central Bank of Nigeria, shows that Nigerian banks lost 3.5 billion naira between July and September 2020 to fraud-related activities. In the first and second quarters of 2022, Financial Institutions Training Center said Nigeria lost over 2.72 billion naira to fraud. This trend may likely continue to occur as Nigerians become increasingly dependent on electronic channels for their everyday transactions, except mitigating measures are put in place. Remember Ayo Ogumoroti, a small-scale entrepreneur who sells bean balls, popularly called akara, in Abuja. He recently lost over 200,000 naira of his savings to fraudsters. He shares his experience.
I didn't have anything on the account that this guy can cut away with. That I've forgotten I linked my business card, business account ATM card, and my savings account ATM card with my OP. I did that during this cashless period, because it was only OP and all this online banking that was moving faster, maybe because they didn't have much customer compared to other stable banks. So I've already linked up my two ATM card with OP. So immediately I called the code. I started seeing debit alert.
His efforts to get the online banking platform to tackle the situation is not getting the attention he expects.
I visited my bank to deactivate my cards from OP, and I visited their office, but they could not. They said there is nothing they can do, that they will only write to Pampi, and once they get response from Pampi, they will communicate me. And since then, I've not heard from them, and I've been calling them now. For more than I've called their reps, their OP call center for more than 20 times to help me and open my account, so that at least I can withdraw the 54,000 naira there. OP did not open the account again.
He says details of the multiple deductions on his account has now been deleted on his OPay app. Arise News also reached out to OPay but got no response.
But I'm still pleading, if there's anything they can do to help me and get the money. This is my business. I sell akara for living.
Ambassador Richard Samuel also lost about 2 million naira to hackers. He says there should be a task force established solely to handle cases of online fraud.
The bank are not doing what they're supposed to do. They just employ people anyhow. And there is no monitoring unit that monitors the workings of their staffs. They have bankers committee. They should form a body with CBN that look into banking fraud. They should not put the blame on anybody.
Well, for the unsuspecting public, cybersecurity expert Abdul Hakim Ajijola provides tips on how not to fall victim of online fraud.
You need to be very cautious of unsolicited communications. Frankly, you also have to regularly monitor your bank and related accounts for unauthorized activity. You do need to use secure and varied passwords. And what I mean is that the password you would use for your bank must not be the same password you use for your social media. They must be very different. And they must be passwords that are not easy to guess. Hackers who can infect either your system or arguably even the bank system to be able to steal enough information to convince you that they are legitimate.
Ajijola says banks should also invest in cybersecurity measures, regularly test for vulnerabilities, and educate both staff and customers on cybersecurity activities.
The banks can do a better job of protecting their systems from being hacked. They do need to implement very robust cybersecurity measures, things like firewalls, intrusion detection systems. Again, they too need to regularly update and patch their systems. They need to use very strong encryption, whether the data is in the database or is even being transmitted between you as the user and the bank itself.
Well, in order not to fall prey to banking fraud, experts advise that the best way for you to protect yourself is never to share your personal banking details or credentials with anyone. Always go to your bank for any help you seek. Georgina Ndukwezainka, Arise News.